Ole Gunnar Solskjaer admits, anything can happen, in regards to more signings for Manchester United as Lionel Messi leaves Barcelona. Lionel Messi is set to move to pastures new after Barcelona announced they are unable to sign him to a new deal, and both Manchester clubs' chances of scooping him up have been rated. The Old Trafford club have already secured the arrival of Jadon Sancho in a £73 million deal from Borussia Dortmund, with Raphael Varane also expected to be announced in the coming days. It remains to be seen if United's dealings are over with 3 weeks left of the transfer window. But Messi's departure from Barca could certainly change things, as one of the greatest players to ever play the game is available on the open market. Manchester City and PSG are frontrunners for his signature, but don't rule out Man Utd either, as Solskjaer insists, anything can happen before the transfer window shuts. He told ESPN, "Anything from now is a bonus. I have to say that with the 2 signings we've strengthened where we wanted to strengthen. Let's see what happens. You never know in football. Anything can happen with ins and outs." Pep Guardiola's men just shelled out a record British fee of £100 million for Jack Grealish and have been linked with a £150 million move for Harry Kane, as well as Messi. Asked if he pays close attention to what United City rivals are doing in the transfer market this summer, Old Trafford boss Solskjaer added, "Of course you pay attention and you notice that there's possibly big money being spent somewhere else. You have to keep up with the challenges. Anyone who ends up above last year's champions will be champions." Solskjaer has not ruled out the possibility of a few players heading in the other direction on loan deals, either until Christmas or for the entire season. He added, "We need a big squad. The start is important, the whole season is important, but you need to arrive in April and May fresh and with enough options. Some might go on loan until Christmas, some might go for a season, but I don't want to be too light in any position." Manchester United confirmed Jadon Sancho and Edinson Cavani return dates. Many Man United players returned to training this week, but there were still a number of key players missing. Manchester United manager Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has confirmed Jadon Sancho and Edinson Cavani will return to training next week. United sources said Sancho was due to report for preseason training on Friday, but then said he is not due back from his holiday until next week. Cavani will have had more than 5 weeks off from when Uruguay were eliminated in the Copa America by Colombia by the time he reports at United's Carrington training complex. Eric Bailly and Ahmad elected to miss preseason training in favor of representing the Ivory Coast at the Olympics and are unlikely to be available against Leeds. United host Everton in their final scheduled preseason friendly at Old Trafford on Saturday at 12:45 p.m., the same kickoff time for next week's Premier League opener against Leeds. Leeds finished a place above Everton in the table last season, and the game could be a dress rehearsal for the start of the new campaign. "Hopefully they'll be fit when they come back in with us," Solskjaer told the club website regarding Cavani and Sancho. "They're due to come in after the weekend. There are different circumstances as to why they haven't joined us yet, but it's a long season and they had to have a little more time off. Of course, when you go into these tournaments, the Olympics, during preseason, it's always difficult. I don't know exactly the day they, Bailly and Ahmad, will be back with us after the quarantine, but they'll be ready and better off for playing these games." Manchester United set price for Brazilian midfielder. Manchester United have reportedly set a price for midfielder Andreas Pereira this summer. According to Richard Fay Manchester Evening News, the club values Pereira at £25 million. Since then, he has been loaned out to 3 different clubs: Granada, Valencia, and Lazio. The 25-year-old was handed a new 4-year contract in 2019, with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer keen to bring out the best in him. The player has shown promise on many occasions but has failed to deliver consistent performances for Man United. In 75 appearances for the club, Pereira managed to score just 4 goals despite playing as an advanced midfielder for most of the time. The Brazilian, however, was at his absolute best in United's 2-2 draw against Brentford in last Wednesday's preseason friendly. Pereira rattled the net with a 30-yard volley, causing Old Trafford to erupt. Speaking to MUTV, he added, "As soon as Jesse hit it, it came off the goalkeeper, and I thought, I might have a chance here, and as soon as I hit it, it felt good straight away. It was a nice feeling, having the fans back in and scoring the goal." In another interview with TNT Sports, Pereira expressed his desire to play for his country. My biggest dream is to play a World Cup with the Selecao, and I know that with continuity and hard work, I can get there once again. Especially with my long-distance kick, which is rare in Brazilian football. Man United's search for a new midfielder this window could open the door for the Brazilian to leave. At this stage of his career, it would be ideal for Pereira to find regular game time at another club. Paul Pogba likely to stay at Man United for at least one more season. The 28-year-old has entered the final year of his contract and has, as yet, not signed the new deal that has been offered by the Red Devils. French giants Paris Saint-Germain have been credited with interest in signing the player. But both the Telegraph's Mike McGrath and the Athletic's Laurie Whitwell do not believe the Frenchman will join PSG for a number of different reasons. First, according to Whitwell, there are people with knowledge of the situation who doubt whether Pogba truly wants to leave the Premier League for League One. Although it would represent a return to his roots, Pogba and his family are settled in the Manchester area, the reporter says. The interest from PSG would certainly help Pogba's case for improved terms at Old Trafford, where he currently earns around £290,000 per week, and talks have been held about fresh terms. There is a possibility those discussions stretch into the start of the season, just as they did with De Gea, who signed his current deal on September 16, 2019. McGrath on the other hand describes a move to Paris as not straightforward, and also believes that Pogba wants to weigh up his options. Pogba has never formally rejected United's contract offer for him to stay at the club but is ready to take his time over his next move, McGrath notes. The August 31st transfer deadline will give United a window of opportunity where Pogba is playing in front of supporters again and they can make their feelings clear on whether they want him to stay at Old Trafford in the long term. Meanwhile in France, the word is that United's asking price is going to rule out any chance of a move to the French giants in any case. The Frenchman will not be able to leave Manchester United for a sum less than €75 to €100 million, £64 million, £86 million, according to Le Parisien via Sport Witness. This is a sum that PSG literally cannot afford to pay unless they were to make a number of sales, which seems unlikely at this stage. Pogba will be 29 at the end of 2021-22 and with a good season behind him at Old Trafford, he may still be just young enough to attract the attentions of the likes of his dream team, Real Madrid. However, if he does play consistently well enough to put himself in the shop window, that can only benefit United, even if only in the short term.